right, guys, so welcome. Happy Saturday. Thanks for coming. I know that we're gonna have a couple people hopping in, but it's all good. They know what to do. So just take a second in a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like. You can sit cross-legged. If that's not comfortable, stick them out. Whatever works. Maybe on your knees if that feels best. And however you're sitting, just take a moment, see if you can find a tall spine. Sitting up nice and tall, take a moment to roll the shoulders down the back, releasing them from the ears. Just let the arms rest where they're comfortable. And then you're welcome to either close the eyes or maybe just gaze out at the ocean, whichever feels best for you. Reminding yourself that this is your practice and that I'm just here making suggestions. All right? And just take a moment to let your body settle. Feel how the earth supports you. Notice how the body's feeling this morning. And just take note of any areas that might have some sensations. Maybe you have some areas of the body that are speaking to you. Noticing the breath. And so in yoga, we tend to breathe in and out of the nose. So just notice how that feels. Notice where that breath is coming from for you. Do you feel it in the belly or the chest, or maybe you feel it in the throat or the nostrils? And then taking that attention, that awareness to the waves. Noticing the waves, how soothing the sound can be as we're here on the sand. But also acknowledging the power that that wave can hold. So at the same time, those waves can be both soft and powerful. At the same time, it doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be this idea of and both. And we can find that within ourselves at times too, yeah? Sometimes that means, you know, we can be distracted or we can be focused. Or we can be both of these things at the same time. We can focus on the breath, but maybe our movements are distracted. That's okay. We just need to have that acknowledgement and go with it. Take one more round of breath, breathing in and out. And then on your next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up, bringing them over the head, like you're stretching, pressing through the sit bones, reaching all the way up through the fingertips. And then exhale, release the arms down, maybe opening the mouth as you exhale. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Give her a little bit of stretch here, and then exhale, release it down. Maybe releasing through the mouth if that feels okay. One more time. Inhale, sweep up, big breath in. And then exhale, big breath out. And then go ahead and take the palms together right at your heart center. Press the thumbs into the heart space. Take a moment just to remind yourself of that idea that we can be two things at once, maybe 3 or 4 things at the same time. We don't have to pigeonhole ourselves into this one idea. And then inhale, sweep the arms up one more time. Reach them up towards the sky. And then bend the right elbow. So I'm not going to mirror you here. Bend the right elbow. Bring it behind the shoulder blades, like you're trying to give yourself a little scratch between the shoulder blades. Left hand comes onto the elbow. And then just gently pull the elbow back slightly. Feeling a nice stretch through that entire right side. One more breath here. And then release, stretch the arms up. Take the hands behind you, fingers face towards your bum. Bring the feet to the earth. Press into the feet, press into the hands. Lift the bum, pressing the hips towards the sky, finding a reverse table. Gaze is where is comfortable for you. Maybe it's up towards the sky. Keep lifting the hips. Take a breath in here. Inhale. And then exhale, set the hips down. And then cross the legs the opposite way. It might feel funny, it's okay. So take a second. Find that tall spine. And we'll inhale, sweep the arms up. Reach them towards the sky. And then exhale, bending the left elbow. Find that little itch between the shoulder blades. Right hand comes to the elbow, and then just gently guide the elbow back. Keeping the gaze towards the ocean. Trying not to draw the chin towards the chest, keeping it lifted here. Finding that stretch for the left side body. And then releasing, taking the arms back up, inhale. Exhale, set the hands behind you, fingers face towards you. We're gonna come into that reverse table once again. So feet to the mat, press into the heels, press into the palms, lift on your inhale. Open up the chest here, feel the collarbones are broad. Press into the palms, lift the hips. Take one more breath in. And then a breath out, lower the hips down. And let's find our way onto hands and knees. All right, let's get off our booties. So coming into a tabletop pose. Pat out the ground if you need to. Sometimes you kind of end up in these little holes. And then press into the pads of the fingers, and that will help to take some of the pressure off of the wrists here. And that's just warm up the spine with some cat-cows, all right? So taking an inhale, lift the gaze, lift the hips, let the belly be soft here. And then exhale, press into the palms, round through the upper back and bring the chin towards the chest. Inhale, pull the heart forward, gaze up. Exhale, round the back. Really press the shoulder blades up towards the sky. So just start to follow your own breath pattern here, moving between those two poses. Again, noticing the sensations, moving through the body. If you'd like to add any other movement here, you're welcome to. Maybe, taking the hips from side to side if that would feel good, or whatever feels good for you here. And then as your body feels ready, we'll go ahead and meet in child's pose. All right, so bringing the big toes together, knees as wide as you like, If the low back is feeling cranky, maybe keep the knees towards one another. Sink the hips to the heels, let the arms extend. Find a child's pose. Tops of the feet are on the mat here. There we go. And if the forehead doesn't quite reach the mat, maybe think about stacking the hands one on top of the other, or stacking fists and just taking the forehead right on top, just so that it has something to connect to here. So you can keep this child's pose really active, keeping the arms really extended, or maybe you decide to take it a bit softer, bending the elbows, softening into the pose. However you're taking this pose, find the breath. Breathing in, maybe finding a little gentle sigh out through the mouth. Noticing where you can soften the body. And knowing that if at any point during your practice today, or really any practice, that you feel like you need to take a moment to yourself, you're welcome to come right here or to any other shape that your body feels most restful in. When you're ready, extend the arms out, planting the palms, lift the hips, coming back to all fours, tuck the toes under, and we'll reach the hips towards the sky, coming into a downward facing dog. So maybe you start out with the knees bent. Maybe you alternate, bending one knee and then the other. Especially if you have tighter hamstrings. Finding that bend into one knee and then the other might give yourself a little bit of a stretch back there. And then just settle in here. Press into the palms. Hips reaching towards the sky. Take a breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Draw the belly button in. One more breath in. And out. Take your gaze between the palms and then just walk the feet towards the top of your mat, bringing the toes to rest behind the wrists here, keeping the knees bent a little bit, and then just spill over the legs, coming into a forward fold. Hands can stay on the mat or anywhere else that feels most stable to you. And then just let the head hang heavy here. Take a moment to give your head a gentle nod, yes. And then just a little shake, no. If you'd like to find a bind, you're welcome to clasp opposite elbows. But if that doesn't feel good in your body, skip it. If you have clasped elbows, go ahead and release them. Soften the knees just a bit, press the feet into the mat, and we're just gonna slowly roll the body up. So move one vertebra at a time. We don't want one of those head rushes. Standing all the way up tall, top of your mat, towel, blanket, whatever you're standing on. Pressing the feet into the mat. Find that stability, draw the belly button in here. And then release the arms. Let the palms face towards the ocean. Let the heart space be open. Take a breath in through the nose. And then just sigh it out. I'm standing. All right, so let's start to find some movement here, all right? So take an inhale, sweep the arms up towards the sky. I'm gonna attempt to mirror you for a moment. Exhale, release the right arm to the side and just take that left arm over the ear. Find a little gentle side bend. Keep rooting into both feet. Inhale, bring it back to center, reach up. Exhale, left arm down, right arm over the ear. Keep the heart space open here. Press both feet down into the mat. There we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we're gonna bend both elbows, lift and open the heart space. So shine that heart open, press the elbows back. Tailbone is still down. There we go. Inhale, reach it up. And then exhale, bend the knees, get the hips nice and low. We're coming into chair pose. All right, so press the booty back, draw the belly in. Almost like you're trying to take those low ribs down here closer into one another. You're welcome to take the hands together at the heart if the shoulders are talking to you. All right, whichever feels best. Maybe, yeah, play around. Take one more breath in chair pose. And then exhale, release and spill over the legs, coming into that forward fold once again. So if your hands don't quite reach the mat, bend the knees. It's all good. Bend them until the hands come to the mat. Take an inhale. This time we're gonna take the hands to the shins. Come up halfway, find a halfway lift. Reach the crown of the head towards the ocean. And then exhale, bend the knees, fold over the legs once again. So bend the knees enough that you can plant the palms onto your mat. And we're gonna step the left foot back. Okay, lowering the left knee down to the earth. Take a second, maybe you need to wiggle that front foot so that the ankle is under the knee. Okay, that right foot is planted. There we go. Finding a low lunge. Take a moment. Draw the chest towards the ocean, opening the heart space. So you're welcome to stay here. Maybe you take your hands onto that right thigh. If you've taken that option, really press that right heel into the earth. If you've come up to this pose, you're welcome to try and maybe take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Or maybe you clasp elbows, whichever is most comfortable. If you've clasped the hands, press the knuckles down towards your mat, opening the chest. Remembering this is your practice and I'm just giving suggestions, so take what feels good for your body. Take a breath here, inhale. And then on your exhale, maybe you start to bow forward. Maybe, right? Maybe those hands lift from the low back. Keep pressing into the right heel here. Inhale, rise back up, release the hands. And then exhale, plant the palms. Shift the hips back towards the left heel. And pick up the right toes, coming into a little half splits. Waking up those hamstrings. Doing good. Beautiful. Take one more breath here. And then an exhale, shift forward back into that lunge. Plant the palms. Lift that back knee. And we're gonna step back into that dog pose that we were in earlier. Hips reaching for the sky. So take a breath here in dog pose. Exhale it out through the mouth. On your next inhale, we're gonna shift the body forward. Shoulders come over the wrists, coming into plank pose. And then exhale, use the belly muscles to lift the hips back towards the sky, coming back to that dog pose. So this is gonna be our little vinyasa for a moment. All right, so a few more times. Inhale, lift the heels, shift the body forward, find that plank. Exhale, hips reach back towards the sky, dog pose. Inhale, shift it forward. Press into the palms, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more of those. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, dog pose. Last one, inhale, forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, take one breath here, inhale. And exhale. Take your gaze between the palms. Once again, we're gonna walk our feet towards our wrists. Take an inhale, hands to shins. Find your halfway lift, flat back, crown of the head reaches forward. And then exhale, soften, forward fold. Here we go, bend the knees enough that you can get the palms to your mat And we'll step the right foot back. So we're gonna do all of that on the other side. Lowering the right knee down, finding that low lunge. Again, if you need to wiggle that front foot forward so the knee can be over the ankle, go for that. Pull the chest forward. Press that heel into the mat. Stay here or rise up. I like to call it a yoga buffet. Pick what works for you, okay? Yeah, if you've decided to come up, you can take the hands behind you, clasping the fingers. Take an inhale, press the fingers down, lift and open the heart space. Breathe here. Press into the left heel. Take one more breath in. And a breath out, release the hands, plant the palms, shift the hips towards the right heel, pick up the left toes, coming into that half splits, folding over the left leg. Hey guys. Hello Angie. Pull the toes towards the face, feel that stretch in the hamstrings, take one more breath in. And then a breath out, we're gonna shift forward. If you guys that are just joining us wanna take a second and do maybe a couple of cat-cows, just kind of warm the body for a second, you're welcome to do that, all right? Plant the palms, pick up the back knee. We're gonna step back into that dog pose. Hips reach high, we're gonna do that little dog plank flow. All right, so we inhale, lift the heels, shift forward to plank, shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, hips reach high, downward facing dog, beautiful. Inhale, roll the body forward, just like a wave in the ocean, rolling towards the sand. Exhale, press it back, dog pose. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Two more like that. Inhale forward. Plank pose. Exhale, shift it back. One more just like that. Inhale forward to plank. Lift and open the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale it through the mouth. Take the gaze between the palms. Step or hop your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, hands to shins. Find that halfway lift. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. Exhale, forward fold. Press into the feet. Rise all the way to stand. Circle those arms. Palms come up together over the head. Exhale, draw them into your heart center. Take a moment with the thumbs pressed right into the heart space. Reminding yourself of those two things, those opposites we talked about. We can do two things at once, right? We can be a mom and a surfer, right? We could be a teacher and a runner, whatever it is. We can do both things. We don't have to be one or the other. We kind of talked about with this with the waves, right? They're both strong and beautiful. We can be that too. One more breath here. Let's find that movement again. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Beautiful. Exhale, release the right arm. Find that side bend. Hips face forward. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Press into the feet. Lengthen up through the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Hips reach back. Find that chair pose. All right. So knees are over the ankles. Hips are pressed back. Beautiful. Knees are drawing in towards one another. There we go. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, release and find a forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Find your halfway lift. And then exhale, fold over the legs. So bend the knees enough that you can plant the palms on your mat. And we're gonna step the left foot back once again. We've been here before. Lower the back knee down. All right. So you can keep the back toes curled under or not. It's up to you, whatever feels best. All right, press into that right heel. Again, option to stay here with the hands on the earth or rise up. Okay, if you've taken that rise, really press into that right heel. We'll take our hands behind you, either clasping opposite elbows or hands, and then pressing the knuckles down towards the earth, opening up the chest. So you have the option to stay here with the back knee on the ground, or you can take it a little bit further and curl the toes under, lift the back knee, okay? It's just an option. Don't feel like you have to take it. Keep pressing into both feet, opening up the chest. Take a breath in. On the breath out, we're gonna bow forward. You can lower that knee at any point. All right, bow forward. Maybe you lift the hands from the low back. Inhale, begin to rise up. Release the hands, sweep them up over the head. You're welcome to keep that back knee down if you like. Yeah, all good. We're gonna bend the elbows, lift and open the chest, shine the heart space towards the ocean. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, spiral the back heel down. We're gonna open up the knees, arms reach wide. We're gonna face towards that lifeguard tower, warrior two. There we go. I'm gonna come over here. So that front knee is bent, right toes face towards the ocean. Arms are wide, maybe gaze out at the waves. One more breath in your warrior two. Finding that strength here, but at the same time, where can you soften? What parts of the body can you release? Inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel the arms. Plant the palms, pick up the back heel. We're gonna step that right foot back to plank pose. Okay, we've been in our plank before. All right, so we're gonna drop the heels to the left. We're gonna drop the heels to the left side of your mat. Roll onto that left hand, take the right arm towards the sky, you're in a side plank. You're welcome to take that left knee to your mat, okay? Give yourself some support. Take one more breath in. Breath out, lower that right hand, come back to plank pose. We're gonna all lower the knees down, hips to heels. Find a child's pose. Yeah, release it down. And if child's pose is not comfortable for you guys, please take a shape that is more comfortable. Maybe that means you just come all the way to the belly, right? Whatever feels best. Allow the breath to slow down here a bit. If you need to stay here for a few more breaths, please do. If you're ready to move, go ahead and start to make your way back up, finding a downward facing dog. Take the gaze between the palms, step or hop their way to the top of the mat. Hands to the shins. Inhale, find your halfway lift. And then exhale, fold over the legs. Bend the knees, plant the palms, right foot steps back. We're coming to that low lunge once again. So the right knee is down. Pull the chest forward, press the left heel down. When you're ready, rise up. Take a moment, settle in. And then when you're ready, hands come behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Press the fingers down towards the earth. Lift and open the heart space. Again, you have that option to stay here, okay? Or curl the toes under, lift the back knee. Woo! That's kind of hard coming from that. It's a little different, yeah? All right, take a breath in here. Inhale. And then exhale, we're gonna fold over the front leg. You can keep that back knee down. Maybe you decide halfway here, you're like, I'm putting it down. That's okay. That's all good. On your inhale, begin to rise up, release the hands. Take them up over the head, reach them up, high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the elbows, shine the heart space. Hello, sun. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, right heel spirals down. We're gonna open up to that side for our warrior two. So right or left knee is bent. Left toes face towards the top of the mat. Hips are facing this lifeguard tower and the arms are open wide. Gaze out at the ocean. Say hello to her waves. Again, see if you can find that balance between that strength of that warrior pose, but where can you soften? Maybe it's the breath. Maybe it's the shoulders. Maybe it's your face and you turn the corners of your mouth up. Take one more breath in and then exhale, cartwheel the arms. Plant the hands. Step back to plank pose. Pressing the palms into the earth. This time we're gonna drop the heels to the right side of your mat. Take your weight onto that right hand, left arm towards the sky. You're welcome to take the right knee down, okay? Your practice. Take one more breath in, reach that left arm up. Exhale, plant the palm, come back into your plank. Lower the knees, sit the hips back. Find a child's pose. Or that restful shape. Slow the breath. You need to balance that movement, that strength building with that softness, with that rest. So often we don't give ourselves that time to rest. So take it, you guys. Take it when you can. Take 2 more rounds of breath, breathing in and out. When your body feels ready, we'll start to make our way into our downward facing dog. Reaching those hips. Find the gaze between the palms. Step or hop your way to the top of your mat. Take an inhale, find a halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Press into the feet. We're gonna rise all the way to stand. Circling the arms, taking the palms together over the head. Exhale, draw them into your heart space. Pressing the thumbs right into the chest. Taking a breath in. And breath out. So for this little round, it's our last little vinyasa round, and then we'll be down on the ground, okay? We're gonna play with some balance here, so give yourself some grace, right? Sometimes balance is hard to come by. It's okay, especially in the sand, okay? Okay, here we go. We're gonna take an inhale, sweep the arms up, just like we've done before. Reach up, press into the feet. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, come back to center, press into the feet at the same time as you reach up. Exhale, release other side. Inhale, come back to center, lengthen up. Exhale, bend the elbows, shine the heart space, open it up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, sit back, low. Draw the belly in. So you want most of the weight in your heels here. You should be able to wiggle the toes. Take one breath in, and then a breath out, release it down. That was your last chair. Oh, maybe one more, I don't know. Inhale, find that halfway lift, hands to the shins. And then exhale, forward fold. All right, so we're gonna bend the knees, plant the palms, step the left foot back. This time we're gonna keep the left knee lifted, okay? When you're ready, you're gonna make your way all the way up for a high lunge. Take your time getting there. When you feel ready, you can sweep the arms up. If you want to plant that back heel, it's okay. It'll help with the stability a bit. Take a breath in here. Exhale, shine the heart space. Now take the elbows together, cross the right elbow over the left. Finding your eagle arms here. Either the backs of the hands together or the palms. Okay, lift the elbows. We almost want this kind of 90-degree angle here. All right? Now start to shift the weight forward. All right, we're gonna pick up that left knee, draw it up towards the chest. It might take a couple of hops, that's okay. Once you find your balance, we're gonna cross that left knee over the right, bending both knees. You can either wrap those left toes to the back of the leg. My hips don't like that though, so I like to use my left toe as a little kickstand on the mat. And sink those hips low, press them back, just like chair pose. We're gonna squeeze the legs in towards one another, hugging it into the midline. Beautiful. Rest in that eagle pose. Press into that right foot. We're gonna start to rise back up, lift that left knee. We're just playing here, remind yourself. And send that left foot back. Woo! Send it back as you tip the crown of the head forward. Woo! Soften that right knee, step the left foot back. There we go, we're just playing, I love it. All right, you're back in that high lunge. Bend that right knee, here we go. Unwind the arms, inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, shine the heart, open it up one more time, beautiful. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, plant the palms. And see if you can start to take that right leg towards straight. You can keep it bent as much as you need. So we're coming into pyramid pose. All right. Yep, you can keep both knees as bent as you need. We just want to feel a bit more of a stretch of the hamstrings. Take one more breath in. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Lower the left knee down. Take the right leg back to meet your left. You're on all fours. Sit it back for child's pose. There we go. We're gonna take 3 rounds of breath here. More if you need it. Slow the breath down. Breathe in and out. Soften through the hips. One more breath in and out. You're welcome to stay here for a few more breaths if you need to. When you feel ready, we'll find our way back into that downward facing dog once again, because we get to play on the other side. Take the gaze between the palms. Step or hop your way up. Top of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Coming right into the next side. Bend the knees, get the palms to the earth. We're gonna step the right foot back this time. So we're just doing that same little sequence on this side. Okay, so snuggle the feet into the sand. When you're ready, rise up for high lunge. Move slow here. Woo. Sweep the arms as you're ready. Take an inhale. Exhale, elbows bend, shine the heart space. Bring the elbows together. This time left comes over right. Eagle arms on this side. Backs of the palms together or the palms, okay? Take a second here. When you feel ready, start to shift the weight onto your front foot. We're gonna take that right knee up towards the chest. We're gonna cross the right knee over the left. Get those hips nice and low. Bend into that left knee. Send the hips back. Either wrapping the foot or take that big toe as a little kickstand. That's my favorite. Draw the belly in. Lift the elbows. There we go. One more round of breath. And then slowly begin to rise back up. Take that right knee up. When you're ready, send the right heel back as you dip forward. Coming into like a little warrior three. Kick that right heel back. When you're ready, soften the front leg, step the right foot back. You're in a high lunge. Woo, settle in. Unwind when you're ready, it's all good. Inhale, sweep it up, beautiful. Exhale, shine and open the heart space. Really open up the chest here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant the palms. Start to extend the front leg. We're bringing them towards straight. That does not mean they have to be straight. All right, pull the left hip back slightly. Feel that stretch through the hamstrings. Fold over the front leg. Take one more breath in. On your breath out, bend into the front knee. Lower the back knee. Step that left leg back. Come right back into that child's pose. Send the hips back. Beautiful. And we're all the way down, guys. We are not standing up again. So if the forehead doesn't quite meet the mat, make yourself little fists and stack one on top of the other and just rest the forehead right on top. And again, if this is not restful, just make your way onto your belly. It's all good. You want to be in a shape that feels restful for you. Find that softening. The breath, the body. Softening even the thoughts here. Reminding yourself that this rest is necessary. And then taking your time, just begin to lift the hips, coming to all fours, and then placing the hips down, coming onto the belly. So if you're on the belly, stay on the belly. And then taking the forearms to the mat, coming onto the elbows. Okay, tops of the feet to the mat. And just take a second, making sure the elbows are underneath the shoulders and the forearms are parallel here. Okay, press into the elbows. Get a nice lift of the chest, maybe even lifting the belly as you press the tailbone down into the hamstrings. Be really mindful of the low back here. Okay, so if this is not comfortable, you can always just come down onto the belly or walk the elbows out slightly, and that will give you less flexion for the back, okay? So pressing into the elbows, draw the heads of the shoulders back. Let the chest open up. And just take your gaze just beyond the mat. You're welcome to close the eyes if that feels good in your body. One more breath in your Sphinx pose. And then exhale, lower down to the belly. Stack the hands. Take the forehead on top. And then you can just bend the knees. Maybe just wiper them from side to side. Just release the low back here. the legs when you feel ready. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Press into the palms. Bring yourself up to your bum. And just swing the legs out in front of you. All right. So take the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to be wide. Find a tall seat. Hands where they feel best. Take a moment here. You might already start to feel a stretch for the inner thighs. So you're welcome to stay here. Or you're welcome to fold over the legs. All right?
Yeah, Micah was drifting like hard.
Okay. One more breath in your cobbler's pose. And then when you're ready, go ahead and rise back up. Hands come to the outside of the knees, draw them back towards one another. And we're gonna make our way onto our backs. So, you can just get there if you like. If you want a little extra core, you can reach the arms out and lower nice and slow. An inch or two at a time. Up to you. Your practice. And eventually we all come to our back body. You can hug the knees into the chest. Take the hands to the shins. Maybe gently rock from side to side. Give the spine a little massage. And then go ahead and take the arms wide, relaxing them on the sand, let them soften down, and then just let the knees fall gently over to the left side of the body. Coming into a twist, so keeping the arms on the sand, head down, release the head, soften everything down. Take everything back to center. And the knees drop over to the other side. Bring everything back to center. Take a moment, maybe hugging the knees once again, or finding any other movements your body needs as you start to end your practice here. And then as you feel ready, releasing completely onto the sand. Lengthening the legs. And if being on your back is too much, you're welcome to come onto the belly. Or any other shape that you would like for the last few minutes of class, so that you can fully and completely let each muscle go. Take a breath in through the nose and release everything through the mouth. Softening the muscles of the feet and ankles. Softening the muscles of the legs and the hips. Softening the belly, the back. Softening the hands, the arms, the shoulders. Releasing the chest, the neck. Allowing the head to be completely heavy here. Softening the face, the jaw, the eyes, even the scalp. Allowing everything to be completely released here. Starting to deepen your breath once again. Feeling the breath move into the body with your inhales and release through your exhales. Reconnecting to the body. Maybe moving the head gently from side to side. Wiggling the fingers, the toes. Maybe even taking the arms over the head and finding a full body stretch. Reaching all the way from the tips of the fingers down to the toes. And then releasing when you're ready. Bending the knees. Just find your way to one side or the other. Or just make your way back into a seat whenever you feel ready. Drawing the palms together at your heart space, pressing the thumbs into the chest, and drawing the chin towards your fingertips. Bowing to yourself, to Mother Earth, and to all those around you. Thank you so much for practicing with me here this morning. Have an amazing rest of your weekend. Namaste.